How's it going, everybody? Today, I'm going to be ranking all the ships in LEGO Star Wars The Skywalker Saga from worst to best, based on how cool I think the ship is and how much I want to play as it. There's 71 different ships we're going to look at. If you wouldn't mind subscribing or leaving a like, you would make my day. Thank you so much, and let's see what we got here. Starting us off at number 71, we got the AA-9 Freighter. This thing is just dull, it's boring as hell. There's nothing really to look at, it's just all flat. The engines are like the only cool part, but other than that, it's just a boring ship. Next up at number 70, we got the Libertine. The Libertine is just way too flat. I am not a fan. I guess I like the little winglets at the front, and then I like how the engine is in the middle, but like, it's just boring. In number 69, we get the Resistance Transport Pod. I simply don't like this thing because it looks stupid. I don't like it. It's way too small. It has a cool yellow visor, I guess. The engine on the back is all right. It shoots pretty well, but I'm just not gonna play as this thing because look at it. So at number 68, I quickly had to get this one out of the way. This is the Nubian Yacht. The ship itself looks okay. It's all silver, it's chrome, but it doesn't shoot. So like, I'm not ever gonna play as this. You can't even shoot. It's the only ship in the game that doesn't shoot. Why wouldn't they just make it shoot, dude? But you know what does shoot? The goddamn Falcon escape pod. At number 67, this thing shoots. Look at it. How is this even a ship? I have no idea. The gun is actually amazing. I love the gun. It shoots a lot. It sounds cool. It feels nice. I don't understand how this thing shoots, but Padme's ship, the literal queen of Naboo, doesn't shoot. And then here we go again at number 66. We got the escape pod. It's an escape pod, and it also shoots. I don't get it. I like this one a little bit more because it looks like a actual build, and it's got some cool details. The engines on the back are awesome. It's got some cool prints around the side. There's even some good detail on the inside. It looks like an actual NASA sort of space probe sort of thing. Then we got the Z-class shuttle. This thing had potential, but it doesn't hold up. The wings are super boring. It's just the same pieces stacked on top of each other to make like a solid wing, and then I don't really want to play as it flying around because it feels like it's way too like zoomed out. At number 64, we get the Trade Federation shuttle. I like the stands it has, the little claws that poke out. It also has sort of like a dorsal fin. I'm not sure if this is an actual set or if they made it specifically for this game. I don't really know. In 63rd place, we got the Resistance Transport. It's basically a B-wing, just cut in half. The cockpit sort of part of this sort of looks like the other Resistance pod that I don't like, and then it just sort of continues on into like a transport sort of thing in the middle. It's a solid build, but I'm not really gonna be using it a whole lot. In 62nd place, the YT 2400 Light Freighter. It's another Corellian ship, just like the Millennium Falcon is. But this one looks terrible. I don't like it at all. I guess the cockpit on the left side is like, alright. It's pretty detailed, it's kind of long. That's about the best part of the ship. But then I don't like how the rounded edges look. I'm not gonna use this. Like, I'm really not. It just doesn't look good. Then at number 61, we get the Mist Hunter. It's got a cool sort of wing flap piece slash spoiler. It sounds cool. I love the way the guns shoot. And I like the red stripe, I guess. Here we've got the Orbital Load Lifter. This thing should not be this detailed. There's a lot of cool windows. They go all the way around pretty much. There's some good paneling on the windows. The top of the ship is super detailed. I don't know why it's this detailed, to be honest. It sounds cool when it shoots. I like when ships shoot really quick, and this definitely does it for me. In number 59, we got the Naboo Royal Starship. This is another one of Padme's ships. It's all chrome again. I like this one a little bit better. I like the engines and the long sort of prongs that come off the back, and it shoots. And then at number 58, we got another one of Padme's ships. This is the Starskiff. This one shoots as well. This one's definitely the best, but unfortunately when you're playing it, it kind of doesn't really look that great. It's too skinny. It's too flat. Next up, we got IG-2000. This is a weird ship. It's a really funky one. It's got a really strange design. There are some wings, I think. The gun on this thing is super obnoxious. It's way too loud. In number 56, we got the Fortitude. It's really big. There's a lot of engines on the back. They look good. There's a hatch that opens up in the front but you can't go in it, which kind of bothers me. Like, look at all the room in there. It also sounds like a TIE fighter when it's shooting, so I don't really know what that's about. In number 55, we got the Wookiee gunship. I'm just not really a fan of the proportions. The wings look way too small. Like, the cannons are bigger than the wings, pretty much. I do like the brown little stickers, they're good. It flies okay, it just looks really, it's too skinny. Like, if the wings were longer and it looked more like an actual, like, jet, I think it'd be pretty cool.
We can't outrun them! We might! In that quad jumper!
Here we've got the quad jumper at number 54. It's basically like a little compartment strapped to 4 giant ass engines. I like the little fins on the back. It doesn't shoot the greatest, so I mean, it kind of loses some points there. In number 53, we got the Night Buzzard. It looks almost too small. This ship is supposed to hold 6 minifigures, so like, I don't see it happening. The black is all right. It's got the 2 red engines on the back. It shoots fine. I just think it's way too small. At number 52, we got the Nantex class starfighter. This is an exceedingly average Star Wars ship. It's not super special. It's a ship. It's got a little gun in the middle, and that's about it. I don't really even know. It reminds me sort of like a paperclip. Up next, we got the V-Wing. LEGO hasn't made an updated version of this ship in a really long time. So I think they just took the oldest version and threw it into the game, and it looks a little outdated. It seems like it could be a little bit more detailed. In number 50, we got the HMP droid gunship. The issue I have with this ship is there's really only detail in one place. So like the head, or I guess like the cockpit sort of thing of this droid, looks amazing. Like the guns are great. Love the texture and greebling on the front. But then on the back, the circular part, like there's not really much there. And I guess that's like the ship, so it's also very average. Up next, we got the droid tri-fighter. This looks about as good as this ship is gonna get. It sounds awesome. I love the hum it makes. It's a very unique looking ship. I like how it shoots. Shoots very fast, shoots a lot, does a lot of damage. And I think the best part about this ship is the noise it makes. In number 48, we got the Resistance ITS Transport. It's like a little mini version of the Tantive 4. It's got some nice blue color in there. It's got a couple stickers on the side. I do wish it shot a little bit faster, but I guess like with all these big cruisers, they kind of only shoot slow, like heavy shots. So they've made a Gonk power cruiser as an actual playable ship, and it's literally just a giant Gonk droid that you can fly around in. I can't grade it any higher than this because the ships from here on out are just better. They're just simply better. Up next, we got a couple Vulture droids. At number 46, we got the Trade Federation Vulture droid, and then at number 45, we have the Separatist Vulture droid. They're the exact same builds, they just have different colors. I just like the Separatist Vulture droid a little bit more because the blue and the gray looks better than the dark brown or green, whatever that is. In 44th place, we have the Imperial Landing Transport. It kind of looks like the Imperial shuttle. The white is pretty clean. It's got the big white dorsal fin in the middle. The only thing I don't like about this is it doesn't look very displayable. Like when it's open like this, like I wish everything just sort of stayed closed so I could display it a little bit better. Here we've got Count Dooku's Solar Sailor. This is a lot like the Nantex fighter. It displays very well. It kind of has stands that angle it up. There's a little bit more detail in the middle, and then when it flies around, it actually opens up, and then like the sail comes out, which is awesome. At number 42 and 41, we got a couple A-Wings. First up, we got the Resistance A-Wing, and then we got Tali Leontra's A-Wing. They're pretty much the exact same. One is green and one is blue. There is a little bit of a difference on the pieces on top of the ship. I do like Tali Lantra's a little bit more just because the blue I think goes better with the white than the green does. Up next we got the BTA NR2 Y-Wing, or Zori Bliss's Y-Wing. It's red. I don't really know if I like the square engines on the back. It shoots pretty good. It's a bomber, so it has infinite bombs. In number 39, we got the OG A-Wing. This is definitely my favorite one. The red coloring trumps all the other colors. The build is slightly different, not by much, but a little bit. There are some more stickers on the fins. They look a little bit more detailed. And it also shoots different too. I like the guns on this one a little bit more as well. Up next, we get the T-70 X-Wing. This, as far as X-Wings go, is really bland. I don't like the gray and blue. Like, it would have been so much cooler if they just made it like white and blue. And the engines, the oval sort of thing looks weird to me. Here we've got the Jedi Starfighter. This is about all I want from this kind of build. It's really good. It has some great coloring. I love the dark red or like burgundy with the green. The cockpit is great. It looks solid. It feels like a good fighter. It's a good fighter to fly around in. At number 36, we got a underrated ship here. We got the Bestoon Legacy. This is a cool looking ship. I really love the detail on this thing. It's got a lot. The back grille is amazing. And then there's also like the little rings that go around the engines, and the fins that stick out on the side are great. It shoots really fast. It feels like a great ship to use. In number 35, we got the Republic Cruiser. It looks so good. I love the red. There's a lot of radars and antennas on the top. It shoots pretty fast for a bigger ship, and it's good. I like it. In number 34, we got the First Order TIE Fighter. Who doesn't love the sound of a good TIE Fighter? These things sound so great. This is the only TIE Fighter that has the black lines on the inside of the wing as well as the outside. As far as the cockpit goes, it's okay. I'm not really a fan of the back of it. It looks kind of boring. You can't really see it a whole lot when you're flying around because it's like a super black, dark ship. So the gun sounds great. It's a TIE Fighter. What's not to like? Here we've got the Imperial Shuttle at number 33. I've always had a weak spot for these ships. They look so great. Love the fin in the middle. When you're playing as it, it's too zoomed out. It sounds like an X-Wing when it shoots, so I'm not really sure what to make of that. In 32nd place, we got the Naboo Starfighter. I've seen a lot of people make their case that this is the best ship to play as, and I would almost have to agree with them because it shoots great. I love how fast it shoots. It sounds really cool, but it looks a little bit too small. I wish they had beefed up the wings a little bit more. There's just not really a whole lot going on, and I get it's supposed to be a sleek ship. It just doesn't look like the greatest build. At number 31, this is a ship that I really do like. The Jedi Interceptor. I love the wings, how they fold up. The cockpit looks great. There's a lot of detail on it. I'm pretty sure it's a print. This ship is so simplistic, and it looks amazing. In number 30, we got the B-Wing. The B-Wing is an interesting ship, okay? It folds up like this and it lands on its side. When it flies, it's supposed to like open up. The wings are supposed to fold open and then it's like supposed to rotate vertically. But there seems to be a bit of an issue or like a glitch with this ship because I feel like the game doesn't know how to like orient it properly. Next up at number 29, we got the MG-100 Star Fortress. If you don't like these, you're just biased because you didn't like The Last Jedi. I can't even really show you all the detail because it's so tall. There's a little turret on the back of it and then as well on the bottom of it. I love playing as this thing because it shoots so fast. In number 28, we got the Theta class shuttle. This is like one of my favorite Lego builds of all time. It looks so great. The wing on top, how it's like angled forward, it's basically an Imperial shuttle, but better. Unfortunately, it's not really the best or practical to play as, but it looks amazing. In number 27, we got Soulless One. This is General Grievous's ship. It's very unique. It's like kind of like a pontoon sort of thing. It's all gray, mostly all gray. It's got some nice sort of gold details on there. I like how the canopy sort of just slides forward. It's also pretty fun to play as. Sounds good, not too obnoxious, and I like all the engines on the back. It looks good. In number 26, we get the Scimitar. This is Darth Maul's ship. It's almost a mix between like a TIE Fighter and a Jedi Interceptor, and I love both of those ships, so why would I not love this one? This one looks great, it's a lot of fun to play as, and it's Darth Maul's ship. Like, come on. In number 25, we got the TIE Bomber. I love these things as well. It's basically just like a massive version of the TIE Fighter. It's got long ass wings, and then sort of like two pods in the middle. One's like the bomber side, and then one's like the cockpit, I guess. I also do like the little bomb tray that sticks out of the bottom. For some reason, it's a little bit more quiet than the other TIEs. And then at number 24, we get the exact same ship. It's another TIE Bomber, but this one's chrome. Number 23 goes to the Razor Crest, RIP. This is the Mandalorian ship, and I feel like every bounty hunter in Star Wars has a weird looking ship, and this one's kind of weird. It's a little unique, but it's nothing crazy. I like it. It sounds good. When you shoot, it's fun to play as. I like this ship. It's really cool. In 22nd place, we get the TIE Dagger, or the Dorito Fighter, whatever you want to call it. I really like how the wings look. They look dangerous, dude. They'll poke your eye out. To improve this ship, I feel like there could have been something on the back half of it, because like it's really front heavy when you're playing as this ship. You don't really notice that anything's missing off the back, so it's all right. At number 21 and number 20, we got Slave 1, and I'm calling it Slave 1 because I refuse to call it Jango and Boba's starship. I'm not doing that. Come on, Lego. Anyways, they're the same ship. They're just recolored. So Jango's is blue and yellow, and then Boba's is like green and brown. There's nothing to dislike about this ship. It's a little unique. It's kind of weird. It sounds amazing. Unfortunately, you can't use these seismic charges. I do like Boba's a little bit more just because I think the colors look a little bit better. At number 19, we got the Tantive 4. You know what I just realized? This is the first ship you ever see in Star Wars. Even if it wasn't the first ship we see, it would still look amazing. It's so cool. It has 11 engines on the back. They're all massive. They're super bright. I love them all. There's lots of cannons on this thing. There's a big radar at the back. It's got a very interesting cockpit, and it's a great size. This is a big ship. It's not the fastest shooter, but it shoots heavy shots. This is a tank of a ship right here. The Y-Wing takes the next spot at number 18, and I really love the yellow accents this thing has. There's a little bit on the engines, there's a lot on the cockpit, it's got a little turret behind the canopy, and then there's so much detail on the top of it. Like, why is there so much? I've also always thought that the little white pieces on the engines, the little bulbs, kind of look like golf balls. I don't know if that's just me. And it's a bomber, so you have unlimited bombs. It's a lot of fun to play as. In number 17, the Atmospheric Assault Lander. This ship looks wonderful, and I really like it because it looks like a boat straight out of World War II, but it's a spaceship. I've never seen engines like this before on any other ship. They're really great. Flying it around, I was not expecting it to be this great. Like, it's wonderful. This is a wonderful ship to play as. At number 16, we got the TIE Fighter. This TIE Fighter unfortunately does not have the details on the inside of the wings like the First Order one did, but I do like the wings being black as opposed to like gray. The TIE Fighters between the First Order and the Empire are basically just like inverted colors, but I do like this one better just because it's black. In number 15, we got the Ghost. I love the Ghost. If you've seen Rebels, you probably love the Ghost too. It's got some really funky looking engines. There's a couple cockpits on there. There's a nice little turret on top. There's lots of color. There's a spot on the back of the Ghost where the Phantom is supposed to like slide into, so that was a missed opportunity there. It flies around wonderful, and it sounds like the Ghost. It's great. In number 14, we got a ship I've never seen before until I made this video. We got the Mason Martinet. This is Sidian Iathanos ship. I was not expecting this size or detail from this kind of ship, but here we go. It's all yellow pretty much. The landing gear, fantastic. There's a lot of detail there. It's got some big cannons on top. You can't really see how long the ship is when you're playing it like this because you can only see the back, but it's still as fun to play. In number 13, we got Poe's Black 1. This is the same T-70 X-Wing as we saw before, but it's just recolored, and it looks amazing because like it's orange and black, exact same build. It just looks 100 times better. I forgot to mention this when I did the last X-Wing. When you boost, it actually closes the wings up, and I like that. At number 12, we get the TIE Baron. I'm not totally 100% sure where the TIE Baron comes from. I want to say it's from the sequel era because it has the inverted colors. It kind of looks like a TIE Interceptor, except it has a weird sort of like back end to the wings. Everything about this ship is great. I just don't really like the back piece. But I guess if that wasn't there, it'd basically be a TIE Interceptor, so I don't know. Up next, we get the Special Forces TIE Fighter. Again, it doesn't have the details on the inside of the wings. What I like about this one is the red that the cockpit has. God. The canopy pieces, like the windows are red and black. The one half of the cockpit is entirely red, pretty much. It's got a really awesome antenna up there, but the red, it's just the red, man. In the next three places, we got the Millennium Falcon.
It's a ship that made the Kessel run in less than 12 parsecs.
Number 10 goes to the one from episode 7 and episode 8. All of the Falcons are pretty much the exact same. There might be a couple differences in the builds. There might be some detail differences. Just random little things that don't really stand out too much. Maybe besides like the engine and the radar dishes. That's about it, but they look great. They all look amazing. I don't know how these could get any better, for real. Episode 4 to 6, Same thing, just a circular radar dish. And then the best one, I think, is the one from episode 9. The engine at the back, it's bars compared to just like studs, and I like this one a lot. This one's my favorite, not by much, but you know, I like the details just a little bit more. In number 7, we got Kylo Ren's TIE Whisper. This thing is basically a TIE Interceptor mixed with a Special Forces TIE Fighter on steroids. This thing is crazy looking. The wings are so long. This thing is menacing. Definitely the wings are the best part. Again, it's got the red. Unfortunately, is a little bit quiet when you're flying around. Maybe it's for like, I'm gonna tell myself it's for stealth purposes. In number 6, we got Kylo Ren's command shuttle. This thing is so underrated, it's not even funny. I didn't even play as this because I didn't think it was that good until I made this video, but it's a lot of fun. It looks awesome. I love the way the wings fold down. It looks a lot better when they're extended. This is 100% the best shuttle in the game. It looks great, it feels great, and I love playing as it. So here we got another version of the sequel X-Wing, the T-70. This one's from episode 9. The orange kind of blends into the white a little bit better. And also those blue pieces look great. They go really well with this ship. The coloring is definitely what does it for me. The engines look a little bit better. They're not ovals. They're like a circle now, and I like that a lot more. But none of these puny little X-Wings will compare to Luke's T-65. How can this not be the best one? Like, really? I think the engines are a little bit smaller on this one, but I like how they're individual circles. It's mostly all white with a little bit of red accents in there. There's even some yellow, and we even got R2. Third place goes to the TIE Interceptor. Oh my good lord, look at this thing. It has like some green laser cannons on the front. I think that's what they are. The back of it looks great. Don't even get me started on those wings. I love how they're like angled in. There's literally nothing wrong with this ship at all. In second place, we got the TIE Advanced. It's like a TIE bomber, TIE fighter, Sith like ship. It's awesome. It's so good. I love the wings, how they fold in. They're just the right length. It's a mad dog in space. It shoots like crazy, and I love it so much. The engines are also great. It's like two sort of lines. I love the back, how it doesn't just like end after the cockpit. There's sort of like a rear part. I don't really know what that is, but I like it. And in first place, we got the ARC 170 Starfighter.
Set his foils in attack position.
This ship looks like an X-Wing. It's like the prequel version of the X-Wing. It's the exact same colors, but I like this one more. I think the wings are a little bit cooler. There's the one big one and then the two ones that fold up. The turbines on this ship are great. There's 3 separate cockpits on this ship. There's a little gun on the back. This is one of my favorite prequel ships of all time. And that will do it for today's video. Thank you all so much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you wouldn't mind giving me a like or a subscribe, that would be awesome. It would make my day. Also, make sure to leave a comment as to which ship is your favorite. Thank you again, and have a wonderful day.